This video describes how to participate in discussions. Discussions are conversations, answers to questions that don't occur in real time. They are responses that you write to a given prompt, maybe from the instructor or from a question posed in your group discussion, and you respond, and the responses are recorded and everyone can see the responses. So discussions can occur in both places. So let's go into our main course. So under courses and groups, if I go into the main course, you'll see that discussions appears on the left hand side, and when you click it, these are discussions that are whole class if they don't have the word groups in front of them. This means that everyone in the course, whether they're in your group or not, is responding to this question. These are usually prompts from your instructor, though you also can create a discussion in the main course. If you have a question that you think is relevant, for example, to everyone, you can create a discussion and ask that question, and everyone can see it, and you can get responses from everyone in the course, not just your group members. There are also discussions you'll see in the main course that say groups. If it's designated a group discussion, this means if you respond to it, the answers are only going to appear on your group page, and only your group members and the instructor can see your responses. The group discussions appear in two places, or the ones created by the instructor appear in two places. So these were group discussions that appear in both the online course and in your group page because they were created by the instructor. So if I were to answer on the course page, if I wanted to respond to a discussion prompt, I'd simply click on the title of the discussion, and it will take me to the actual question, and there is a reply thing, and when I click it, I can just type my answer and post my reply. So it's very easy to respond to a discussion forum. So another way that you are going to use discussions is within your group. So let's go into the group process. So we're going to go back to courses and group. Go to our main group, and again you'll see discussions on the side. When I click it, you'll notice that this time I'm only seeing the group's discussion forum, and that is because this is my group dedicated page, so only groups that are for my group are going to appear there. So the original discussion that we were just demonstrating before, that was the introduce yourself, which was for the whole class, would not appear on my group page. So again, I can click on here. It's the same discussion that was on the main course, so there's two ways to access any group's discussion. I'm in my group now, but let's say I want to create a discussion for just my group. I would hit the discussion plus sign up here on the right hand side, and you'll notice that what pops up is a place for me to write a title. So I might have a question. I might say, when are we meeting? That might be my question. And I can type in a question. I can upload files in my discussion, and I can allow threaded replies. I can allow liking like we do in Facebook. All of these things I would do, and I click save, and we're just going to do a sample here, and boom, there's my meeting, and now people have the ability to respond to it. So if I click discussions again, you'll see that I now have a new discussion up here. So what happens when you respond to a discussion? Who can see it? Well, if it's in the main course, everyone can see it. If it's in my group page, only my group members can see it. So what does that look like? If we click on this group discussion, I have a sample reply response here. So you'll notice that there's a reply place for someone else to answer, but then there are also threaded replies, is what we like to call them, down here where people have re-answered. So there's a test response, and then someone responded to that. So when you're in your discussion, you're going to see other people's responses, and you can do a couple things. You can respond up here to the actual original question, or you can respond directly to a person. So you'll notice that there is a reply button underneath responses from other people. So if I were to hit this and respond, I am answering this person's response, and it's going to thread underneath. So we'll just show you what that looks like. This is also a test. So when I post the reply, you'll see that the reply embeds under the person's response that I was recording. So discussions are a nice way. You can keep track of what has happened. You can upload folders if you want to share, put in links. So it's a way for your group to have a continuous discussion. You'll also notice up here, every discussion has this green button called subscribed. What that means is you are automatically subscribed to all discussions that you are a part of. And that means that when someone responds, you will get an automatic email saying, hey, someone has responded to the discussion forum. If you do not want to have that happen, you can click this button and it will unsubscribe you. This means you're not going to be notified if there's any new activity in a discussion forum, for example, your group discussion forum. And that means you simply have to log onto the course and go into the discussion to see if anything new has happened. So you need to make that decision if you want to subscribe or unsubscribe. You are automatically subscribed, and so you need to make sure if you don't want it that you click that button and turn it off.